lofting is one of the more interesting and useful tools in Inventor, but it's an incredibly complicated feature to figure out how to use, and it requires a lot of knowledge of some of Inventor's basic working features. So I've started a new part here. We're going to start from scratch. I'm going to create a basic sketch on this work plane, and when you do this, it's important to center your sketches in a reasonable manner according to some geometry so that you've got some kind of frame of reference. I'm going to use just the origin dot here to center it because that's just what I do. I think it's the most useful. Some people do it other ways, but this is, in my opinion, the most useful. When I do dimensions, I just hit the D key on the keyboard just because I think it's a lot easier. You can also set dimensions so that they're related to other dimensions. This is really useful later. I'll get into it when I talk about parametric modeling. You can just use your scroll key to zoom in and out, the scroll button on your mouse to zoom in and out. You can also do it manually if you want, using the zoom feature over here. It's one of the other features. Zoom window, zoom selected, etc. So I've got my first basic sketch here, and you can't do anything with that when you're talking about lofting. So how do I do more? Well, in order to loft, you need at least 2 sketches to work with. So what I'm going to do is create a work plane to create a second sketch. So I'm creating the work plane according to the second sketch. You can also do it from the planes, the origin planes that you're given. No, I don't want to make it an angle. And then you just click and drag, and that'll give you the option to set the distance that you want it to be offset. I'm going to go with 5 inches. Zoom out, see it's all the way up here. And then you can create a sketch on that work plane. You select the edge of the work plane. And I'm going to create a nice big rectangle up here. And then I'm going to center it. The same origin hole pops up, which makes it really easy. You don't have to project geometry or anything, but you could also do that. So now we've got our 2 sketches. When you loft, you can also do some other things. I don't like the look of work planes just laying around, so what I do is I right-click and remove visibility when I'm not using them. You can always go back over here and right-click and re-enable visibility later if you need to use it. Or you can even edit the distance that it's lofted. You can even do that once you've got a finished part in front of you. It'll change the dimensions of the part. So here in the 3D model menu, I open the loft thing. This shows us the sections and rails. I'm just going to start off using these 2 as sections, and then I'm going to create a second sketch, or second section, and boom, there you have it. You can also create rails along this edge to give it an interesting shape. And you can create a center line to kind of tell it where to go if you've got something that goes really funny. You can do a lot of intermediates too, so that you have, let's say you wanted to go narrower and then wider if you're making a valve or something. Boom, there you go. Loft feature.